The future of Texas. Texas' population is booming as of lately, with around 2,000 people moving to Texas every day. By 2050, it's estimated that 25% of the U.S. population will live in Texas. Businesses such as Apple, Toyota, Capital One, eBay, and many others have begun moving their headquarters or expanding some operations such as distribution centers in many places around the state. You can compare the businesses Texas has gained over the years to businesses California's economy has lost. California has lost over 15,000 businesses over the past decade, compared to Texas gaining close to 300. Having large businesses moving to Texas, and a predicted many more to come, as Texas' tax code is much more favorable towards business than that of California. Texas has experienced plentiful economic and job growth, which is directly benefiting its residents. More jobs will be created due to the many more companies migrating to Texas, but more competition will follow. Competition of companies and competition of employees will leave the question of how the job market will look. Companies like healthcare, biotech, and software may outcompete oil and gas companies. Texas will grow from 25 million to 55 million by 2050, which will grow competition for resources like water and electricity. This will have major consequences for infrastructure abilities, human health, agriculture, and oil. Urbanized infrastructure will not be able to maintain its ability to properly function due to overcrowded living spaces. Traffic jams and shortages in public service will be due to exponential population growth. The government may try to give the general populace incentives to reduce the number of cars on the road by making public transportation cheaper, more efficient, and widespread. The American Society of Civil Engineers has given American infrastructure an overall rating of D+. It is clear that much of the infrastructure needs to be remodeled, and there is an additional need for further accommodating a growing population. Currently, there exists no system that can feasibly plan and create the infrastructure for those cities or construction system to build cities at that speed. A possible solution may be to use virtual offices for the future of Texas. These would decrease the need to travel to work, reducing traffic, and employees could live outside of the town. The general professional economy for Texas, as well as infrastructure worth, will continue to increase due to population, but the unemployment rate will also rise due to national and international oil pricing being deficient and renewable energy research, and the amount of unskilled blue-collar workers due to the current presidential administration if certain laws are carried out. The rise in professional employment is also due to the amount of migrants to Texas from here and abroad. More qualified people are beating out native Texans. The overall economy of Texas is generally unaffected by these declines, but they significantly impact the energy field. A major problem for Texas's future is finding water resources. In the past 80 years, Texas has been experiencing a decline in water reservoir levels. This is partially due to the increase in human population. While the overall population has increased, the amount of fresh water has remained the same. Additionally, there are practices, such as fracking, which have been found to pollute sources of fresh water or disturb natural water reservoirs. In fact, many speculate gathering water will become a more urgent matter than the collection of oil. Texas will have to adapt in order to function with the water shortages. Future Texans will drink recycled sewage water in larger metropolitan areas. Other areas with more space will utilize windmills, which condense the water from the atmosphere to supplement their water supply. Coastal regions will adapt with desalination techniques. This process is usually expensive, so we're bound to adapt techniques in order to make the process more profitable. We foresee the desalination plants being built close to refineries in order to use some of the low-quality steam wasted by refineries in order to power part of the desalination process. Fresh water could also be incorporated into a pumped hydro water energy storage system instead of going straight to the city's water supply. Additionally, the brine produced by the desalination process could be used as the main source of thermal energy storage, and extra brine can be saved for its valuable elements. A more noticeable effect of the water shortage will be the diet of future Texans. The average human drinks 4 liters of water per day, while 500 times as much water is required to produce our daily food totals. While this problem cannot be completely eliminated by changing our diet, there are food sources which are notorious for being very water inefficient. It is estimated that vegans consume approximately 3,700 less gallons of water per day when compared to people with meat in their diet. I do not foresee Texans completely giving up on meat, but it will become more of a luxury with the rising prices of water.